Hi, my name is Keith, and welcome to week 4 of my weekly weight loss vlog I like to call Up the Peak. So this was a big week for me this week. I had my second weigh-in. When I started initially, I was 407.5 pounds. And then my first weigh-in, since then, I was 389.2. So I lost over 18 pounds the first 2 weeks, which was great. But it's not really typical for most people to lose that kind of weight. But for someone my size, it tends to be a bit more, it's not surprising is what I'm saying. So for weigh-in number 2, which I just had recently, I was down another 14.8 pounds. So that puts the total weight loss to 33 pounds in just 4 weeks. Now, if this is your first time joining me, as I said, my name is Keith. And what I'm doing is, about 4 weeks ago, I posted a video that I called Day Zero. This was me at my recent worst. Now, a quick backstory for those of you that are just joining us and haven't seen the previous videos. About 4 years ago, I was 464 pounds. Over the course of the next 2 years, on and off, I started losing weight. And I went from 464 down to 292. And then at the end of last year, I hit this funk, this depression, and I gained over 100 pounds. I went from 292 to 407.5 pounds. And 2017 was a very dark year in a lot of ways. So 4 weeks ago, I decided enough was enough, and it was time to do something about it. So a little quick recap of weeks 1, 2, and 3. I started counting my calories. Using a website called myfitnesspal.com. Trust me on the value of this site. It's free to use, it's free to sign up, and it makes a world of difference when you're trying to lose weight. And I also started incorporating exercise. Now, it's nothing strenuous yet. I mean, I'm still trying to take it somewhat easy, so I'm walking, but the walking is improving every week. Whereas week 1 was about 1.5 miles. And then week 2, I couldn't walk because of an excessive amount of snow in my area. So that was a lot of shoveling, which turns out to burn a lot of calories. Week 3 was back to walking, and I was doing 2 miles a day in week 3. I think it was 2 miles a day. I should clarify on that I don't have the exact distance. I'm kind of estimating with that. So in all probability, it's probably a little bit less than what I think it is. But the important thing is that I keep increasing that walk, and I keep trying to improve my time on that walk. Now, week 4 saw me take on 3 miles. And on the last day of week 4, day 7, I actually got up to 4 miles. So the goal for week 5 is to maintain a 4-mile walk each day. The plan is to walk till I get up to 6 miles. And then once I reach 6 miles for a single walk, I'm going to start trying to improve on that time. Right now I'm walking about what I think is a 4-mile-per-hour pace. And the plan is to get that up to 6 miles, and then from the 6 miles start to incorporate jogging into that. So I'll probably walk if it's 6 miles, that's probably going to be 12 laps. 12 laps? I think 12 laps. So I'll walk the first 10. And then I'll try to jog the last 2. And then if I do well with that each week, I'll try to increase how far I'm jogging. I'm also going to start incorporating other exercises too. Definitely some push-ups and some sit-ups are in my near future. In all actuality, I probably should have already started that stuff now. But right now, just the walking it does take a lot out of me. You might not see it from the blogs, or maybe you do. But usually after the walk, I'm kind of shot physically for the rest of the day right now. Despite increasing my distance and some days my time, I'm still trying not to push too hard. Whatever I'm doing, it's working for me. Now, when I say counting calories, I do eat 3 primary things every day for my meals. For breakfast, it's usually oatmeal with a cup of coffee. I do put some honey and some cinnamon in the oatmeal for flavor. I account for every calorie. And what I do is I try to keep it to where the meals aren't very high in calories because I add snacking in between the meals. So I'm like, so I'm eating all throughout the day while at the same time not taking in a lot. And I've also, each week I do this little thing where I incorporate something new to the diet. It's not something that's always with the diet, but it's variety. It's important that I keep variety. I don't want to eat the same exact stuff all the time. I will burn myself out on that. So like week one, I introduced like a pesto pasta dish and something else. And then week two, and then week three, I'm always introducing something else. Sometimes it's a bit higher in sodium, but it balances out. As long as you balance everything, it works. This last week, I had an omelet, a 2-egg omelet with some peppers, onion, tomato, and some Velveeta cheese. Usually I show like, here's the tomato, here's the eggs, here's the cheese. And I still might do that, but more than likely I'm not. Because I don't think that's a very high point of the videos. Not that anyone's really watching. Not that I'm doing this for the views either. I'm actually doing this, to sound quite selfish, I'm doing this for me. But I'm also kind of documenting it along the way. And the reason I'm documenting it is because it helps to keep me motivated. When I see the results, when I see the work I'm putting into it, it does help to push me forward some more. Every day is a battle. Every day I feel like, why am I doing this? Why do I care? What do I have that's so important where I got to get back into shape? And the answer to that's quite simple. I have nothing. And I want to change that. My life. My life goes in spurts. Sometimes things go great. And sometimes not so much. But the one truth of the last decade is I have been obesely overweight. I got out of the service almost 10 years ago now. My last year in the military, I saw a dramatic spike in my weight. I gained almost 50 pounds in my last year. And I used to say, well, that was because I knew I was getting out. I didn't care, But the truth was there were some things wrong with me that I ignored. And it took me a long time to get those in check. And now, for the moment, they are in check. And while they are in check, I have to try to lose this weight. Because I don't know if I'm going to slip back into this again. I don't want to. I need a better job. I need to find, a purpose again. And the reason it's called Up the Peak is it's a reference to a mountain. In Rocky Mountain National Park, there's a mountain called Long's Peak. And when I was in the military, I tried scaling it. Not scaling it. I tried hiking to the top. And the only thing that prevented me back then was just good old-fashioned fear. I was terrified of heights. And, you make things worse in your mind. And I'm sure in my mind it wasn't as bad as I remember it to be. But the bottom line was I wimped out and I didn't reach the top. And it's always kind of bugged me. So part of the inspiration behind this vlog is to lose the weight, to return to Long's Peak at some point, and get to the top. Get over my fear of the heights. But before I can do that, I got to get over this weight. And if I can push myself, I don't know if I'll make it this year. I hope so. That would be great. But I don't know. I'm going to try. And the important thing is not to give up. I'm going to have weeks where the weight loss isn't that significant. But I can't let that discourage me. And that's where this vlog comes into play. Now, I'm posting it on YouTube. If people do watch it, maybe it will inspire somebody. Maybe it will help motivate a few people. I don't know. But if it does, I'd love it if you shared your story with me. If you said, hey, yeah, you know what, I tried that website you were talking about, Or I tried taking a walk every day, and hopefully people will see results like I have. I have a long ways to go. And I feel good. I do. I mean, this transformation over the last 4 weeks hasn't just been physical. It's been mental. I'm thinking sharper than I have. I do have a better outlook. I still battle the depression every day. I still have to push myself to motivate, but, I have a more positive outlook on the world around me, which is very hard in this day and age with everything that's going on. But I'm still hopeful. I'm hopeful for myself. I'm hopeful for the human race. So if you care to join me, you're more than welcome to. I do want to give a little shout out to my 3 subscribers. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, please ask. I am going to increase the workout. It's not just going to be walking into running. I am going to start incorporating other things very soon, actually. I mean, I'm going into week 5 right now, which is amazing. And it's also it's so. I wish I could have gotten this drive 8 months ago. You know, I started going downhill mostly in April and into May of last year, 2017. And every day I was like, I need to start. And I just kept pushing it and pushing it. And it took me a long time. I took a trip to Colorado and Wyoming back in October. And I went to Rocky Mountain National Park and I saw Long's Peak. And this was kind of the beginning of me thinking about that. Like to lose the weight and then document it and to go back up to that mountain. But I got back from my trip and I just fell right back into it. I mean, of course, I was also eating excessively while I was there, but, you know, it's never too late until it's too late. And the way I see it, as long as I'm still alive, it's not too late. It'll only become too late once I'm dead. So I'm going to keep pushing forward as hard as I can for as long as I can. And like I said, if you care to join me, you're more than welcome to. If you like what you saw, please, go ahead and like the video. Let me know you're out there. Maybe subscribe. Leave a comment. All comments are welcome. All comments are welcome. I figure even the nasty ones might just help add to the motivation. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, my name is Keith, and thank you for watching.